Meg, just to add. So Meg and I used to be enemies, or
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next episode of All Abroad Podcast. On the deck is me, Sweeney May. We have Joy Dondene, Meg De La Cruz, and Pauline Wynn. Yay! Okay, so today's topic is one of my favorites because I love dressing up and I love being a different character. Today's topic, if you're watching this on YouTube, you could have already told what it is Halloween! Everybody give me your best witch laugh. The best. The best. See, I can always count on my friends to do some crazy things or stupid things on the fly, right? Witch laugh. Okay. So today's topic is Halloween. But the thing is, Halloween was not really a part of our childhood tradition because we had a different take on Halloween. So we'll start with telling you guys that on Halloween weekend, where you all here in America was celebrating Halloween, trick-or-treating, knocking on doors and getting candies, we were actually doing a 2-day celebration. And the first day is All Souls Day, right?
All Saints first, and then
All Saints first. Also, All Saints Day first. Does anyone want to explain what All Saints Day is and what day does it fall on?
November 1 is All Saints Day. We commemorate all of the saints. November 2 is All Souls Day, commemorating all of our loved ones that have passed away.
So
and their souls.
And their souls.
And their souls.
So it's not quite Halloween, where they celebrate on October 31st. So let's talk about All Souls Day, because that is the equivalent of what Halloween was for us as a kid. What did you guys do within your family and traditions? What did you guys do on All Souls Day? Okay, Meg. Go, Meg.
We would go visit the graveyard.
At the cemetery?
The cemetery of our deceased loved ones. We would visit, like, friends and families get together and visit all of the deceased loved ones. We would eat there. We would have food. And then you would stay there all throughout the day until nighttime.
Until the souls come out.
Yeah.
And then that night, you talk about ghost stories and horror stories. So that's
At the cemetery.
At the cemetery.
What about you, Pao? What did your family do at All Souls Day?
All Souls Day, usually the experience that I have is every time All Souls Day, we go to in Guimaras. It's another city.
Like an island, Guimaras?
It's like an island, yeah. So we go there and we have to walk 45 minutes on top of the mountain, and we will, we go up there and hear mass. And after that, we would go to the cemetery and visit our loved ones.
Was it during daytime or nighttime?
No, during daytime. But back in Bacolod, it's a different one. It's, we do it in Talisay, I think so. It's a compound of just family, and we just go there, visit. And then usually we don't bring food there. It's just we go back to our house and have a little gathering with all the families. But light up a candle, bring flowers, pray for their souls, and that's it.
For our family, I remember my mom would always make valenciana, and then would put it in a big bowl and put it next to the pictures of my grandpa, which is her dad that died, grandma, or my grandma wasn't dead then, but all of the family members who died, all their pictures are going to be there. If you guys have seen, what's that movie? The Mexican movie that came out, the cartoons.
Coco.
Coco, there you go. If you guys seen Coco, it kind of looks like that, which when I saw that movie, it kind of reminded me of our culture where we put all the pictures and then we lit candles and then we put food because we believe that their souls are eating the souls of the food. At least that's what they explained to me when I was little. So, of course, my mom would make sure that she makes a lot because we would want to eat the food too, but that food that was specifically put aside for the souls, you're not supposed to touch it, you're not supposed to eat it because it's for their soul. Is that the same with you guys, or did my mom make that up?
I don't remember hearing that growing up, actually. So that's the first time to me.
Wow, okay, my mom could have made that up, but no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, every family has their own tradition.
Totally. But we would also
not in my experience.
and we would also go to the cemetery and make sure that we pay whoever is cleaning, those graves, to make sure that the graves are clean, ready for the nighttime. About 2 years ago, me and my mom went back to the Philippines. So that was one of the things that we did because it was right before All Souls Day. So we went to my grandma's graveyard and we paid this person to kind of like embellish her little grave, spot with like the gold trimmings and cut the grass around it. So, you make it look pretty because everyone in Bacolod would like spend time. So you want your loved one's graveyard to look nice and clean. So that's good for the tradition. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you can see some of us kind of dressed up, either in Halloween colors. I have a skeleton shirt on. Joy has a shirt on. What does it say?
Creep it real.
Creep it real. And then Meg has a shirt that says, that's kind of reminds her of
Freddy Krueger.
And then Pal has is that a Halloween shirt from Disney?
Mickey.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So we did what we could to dress up. I do have a background. If you're watching this, it's actually me back there. You can't recognize me because I turn into somebody on Halloween night. And so, okay. So let's talk about the most fun part. For some reason, all of us collectively, because we've talked about this before, we just feel like there are different monsters back home than there are here in America. So we're going to play a little game. If you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to you're going to have the most fun joining us because I'm going to share some photos. But if you're listening on podcast, we're going to describe the photos that we're going to see too. So what I'm going to do is share my screen right now. And we have a PowerPoint that I don't see right now. Hold on. Where did it go? We have a PowerPoint of pictures of monsters that you can find back home. Okay. So as soon as the picture comes up, Meg, I'm going to have you describe this first photo up. And then so our listeners can kind of imagine what we're looking at. And then we're all going to tell them what it's called. So Meg, what's up on the screen?
This creature is tall, masculine, and smokes.
So for whatever reason, this picture, I don't know. However, he's holding that big log. Isn't my mind's on the gutter right now? Like, what is back there? Why Meg chose this picture? It's a big guy with hairy chest and hairy face, with like elf ears, and he's smoking a big cigar. We don't know why this is the reputation of this specific character. It could be mythical or it could be real. Some have sworn they've seen characters like this. But Pao, what is this character called?
Capri.
Capri.
Casually.
Capri. If there is a English version, I wouldn't know. It's a big giant guy.
It looks like
The Hulk.
The Hulk, yeah, but just not green.
But just brown.
He looks like the guy that you like, Sweeney May.
Jason Momoa?
Yes. He looks like Jason Momoa.
Oh,
He does not, actually.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is so much sexier. No, I'm just kidding. Well, shout out to Jason Momoa. Maybe one day he's gonna see this. He might play that character if ever there's a horror movie. So we don't know. I don't know if you guys watching and listening to us, Filipinos out there, why is he smoking a big cigar? Why? I don't know if he's supposed to be naked. I thought he was clothed. In my imagination, he was, but not in this picture. He's half naked, holding a big log. Next slide. Okay, what is this one?
Who's that?
Honestly, I don't know what this is, but I can maybe try to describe.
Yes.
It looks like a gorilla with a Wolverine nails, and his face looks like a human, and his body is like a gorilla. He's holding on to something that's like lightened up, like maybe it's a cigarette, and he's sitting on a tree trunk.
Meg, what is this?
This a half gorilla, half human?
Give up?
I give up. Ampo.
Ampo ka na?
You know what? If I had to guess, it's another form of capre. Because I don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
1 point for Sweeney May, 1 point for Pauline.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I just thought that because like there cannot be two monsters that smoke cigars. Why are they smoking cigars?
And they have to be on a tree for some reason, like a big tree behind them.
Oh, capre. Yes. Okay. Next one. You kind of had a little preview. Oh, yes. My favorite
Ooh.
one. Pauline, what are we looking at?
Can I tell what it is? Or
No, describe it.
first.
Describe.
Okay, it's a lady cut in half. Her body is cut in half with bat wings. And
Coronavirus.
With
it
COVID
flies
wings.
around during the night, and from what I've heard, it will like eat a lot of people and then come back to the body. It needs to find its body, but in order to kill this, you have, from what I've heard, you have to put salt on the other part of the body.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that it won't come back and it will just die.
So
And
if you
it-
guys are listening, if you're listening and you're Filipino, I'm sure you have already guessed what this is called. It's called manananggal.
Say that again.
You say, everybody say mana
Mana
nanggal.
Nanggal.
Oh, you know what? Did you see there's babies there? So basically, she is eating babies.
Yeah, that's what they feed on. They find pregnant women.
Oh, pregnant! I didn't know that. I
mean,
thought it was regular.
That's what I heard. I don't really know. So I heard that manananggal, they you know, at late at night, they can split themselves in half, where the other half of them can fly around, look for pregnant women, and eat their babies. So that's the story of this crazy girl, and she kind of looks like Medusa in her head. She looks like an old witch. So yeah, but Pauline said it right. The way to kill this is to find the other half of the body and pour salt on it, and it's gonna melt like a snail. If you've ever put salt on a snail, guilty. Oh, that's the same picture. So we have another picture of Manananggal. It looks like Chrissy Teigen.
Oh my gosh! If she's gonna hear you,
She won't. I mean, but if she does, I'd love for her to hear it. Looks like Chrissy Teigen on here. I don't know who's playing
That's
Manananggal.
true.
with a costume.
With a costume, of course, a
Yeah.
costume. Can guys be Manananggal? I thought it was just ladies.
I don't know.
'Cause this looks like a man, but it could
the
be a woman.
fallen angel.
That's not manananggal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We've moved on. It's not a
We
Manananggal.
moved on. Mm.
So Meg, what is this? I don't know what this is. What are we looking at, Joy?
We are looking at a middle-aged man with no eyes, only the eyelids or like the white part of the eyes, half bald, and has like a wide wings, like dragon wings. Yes, and he has an open abdomen, something that he probably has just eaten in the past couple hours. He looks scary.
He looks thirsty.
He looks hungry.
I mean, I don't know what this is, Meg. Besides Lucifer, I don't know what to call.
Forward another one. Maybe
There's another example.
it's another one. Mhm.
This looks like a human horse.
Is tikba lang?
Oh, yes.
Tikba lang. Now, I don't know how real these things are, but I've had one of our helps when I was little. She swore that she saw tikbalang in our backyard. And another yaya in the past swore that she saw kapre in the backyard. So that's two people. There's a third one, but there's two people that said
Oh,
they've
wow.
seen stuff in our backyard. And me, myself, and I have tried to peek back there when it's dark. I never saw anything.
I think people
Maybe
who
if
have
you're-
sixth sense
yeah,
and
yeah.
who are gifted, they can see. And I believe these things are real because it's not just one person who's telling all these stories. It's not just one family. It's like every part of the Philippines, they say the same thing. That means it can be real. It's just that I think they have that sixth sense or that
Yeah,
third
the
eye.
third eye, yeah.
It's a gift and they open it. Some people have that in them, but this is just my opinion that they have that in them. You just decide to open that up or not. If you have that gift, you can decide to open that up and like see these people, like see these ghosts, and
Yeah. I mean, I agree with
Quick
you.
question: are all of them good or bad?
Good question. No idea.
I don't know. We are brought up to think that they're all bad, but who knows? Maybe they're friendly.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Now on the screen is you don't really see anyone, but you just see a white wedding dress. And I feel like there's something like this here in America. Just a white thing floating around. Or maybe some of these monsters have not gotten their visas, so they haven't made it to America.
They're scared to cross transatlantic, and
Yeah.
you never know. They might not speak English. That
Oh,
they're scared to
I know
meet.
why. I know why they've never made it to America. Because you know what? When you get on that flight, at some point it's sunrise. They can't travel.
Yeah, they can't travel. That's true. And for the manananggal, she will be too far away from her bottom body, so she can't be separated for too long.
Yeah, so now we know why these monsters are trapped in the Philippines. Okay, yeah.
It's
So
a lot of issues. A lot of issues.
a lot of issues.
Another one, Swin, last.
The next one. So right now, this one that we're looking at is actually known as the White Lady for obvious reasons. She's not white. She's just wearing white clothes.
She's not white Caucasian, but she's just white because she's wearing white.
White.
Yeah, and I guess she kind of glows like this in the dark.
And there's no head. It's just a flowy dress floating around.
Yeah, so I know Americans definitely have that ghost around here, and that's familiar to them. So thank you guys for playing with us real quick with that little slideshow guessing game that we just played. I hope if you guys are listening via podcast that you enjoyed it as well. And before we close this out, I do want to ask any of you guys, do any of you have a good ghost story that you can share?
I don't remember. Maybe it's something I repressed, but I don't have any story that I personally have experienced.
I have one back in Guimaras. They say there's a lot of ghosts in that island. So back in Guimaras, we were at my lolo's house, at my grandpa's house. We were sleeping outside at the patio. So all of us are sleeping with a tent. And then I saw an image, a white guy standing, but not facing me. So he's wearing all white, but I was just like, oh, it's just probably one of my tito, or my uncle, or one of my cousin, like standing there. So I went back to sleep. And then in the morning, I saw all of them wearing jeans and shorts. And I'm like, who the hell was that? It's in the middle of the night. Yeah, promise. That's the only experience that I have with I don't know, a ghost.
Natural something, yeah. I mean, okay, so I have a story. It's scary, but it's not quite a ghost story, but it kind of is. So, when my dad died, first of all, before he died, all of us siblings asked him, Dad, when you die, please don't come back and haunt us or move things around when we're not looking. Please don't scare us like that. So we did ask our dad not to make himself, feel known around us. So anyway, when my dad died, my mom asked me to go with her to get my dad cremated, but I couldn't go because I was back to work. And my mom made me feel so guilty about it. And so I'm going to tell you about my dream, because I don't know if you've ever had a dream that felt so real. So because of my feeling of guilt, I had a really like lively dream that night. I was in the shower and the water was so hot and steamy. And then the shower curtains moved like shh like that beside me. And I'm like, I stopped and I said, who's there? Typical horror movie stuff. And then so I'm like, who's there? And then I just saw a shadow. Shh. And then again, it happened again. Someone just kind of like took their hand and like swept it across the shower curtain. And so I opened the shower curtain and I didn't see anyone. So I'm drying myself from taking a shower, trying to hurry up out of there. And then when I looked back, I saw my dad, like his corpse, just standing stiff against the wall.
Oh my God.
It just gave me so much goosebumps. And I woke up and I'm like, Dad, I'm so sorry I didn't go to see your cremation. I didn't think it was that important for me to go. So I felt like it's probably just my guilt because I didn't go, but I felt like he was making me feel guilty or making me feel bad for not going at all.
Yeah. Sometimes they do manifest in your dreams.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Like they manifest in your dreams. And the only other one where my dad actually manifested in my dream, and I would never forget it. He's never done it again. I was sleeping in my bed, and then my dad would always have an oxygen tank on him because he needed it to help him breathe. So in my dream, that felt so real. And Meg knows I do get sleep paralysis. I've had sleep paralysis a couple times in my lifetime already, but I was having sleep paralysis because I couldn't move and I couldn't speak. But in my dream, my dad bent down to me and told me something along the lines of, thank you for taking care of your sister. My dad was always about, make sure you take care of your siblings and your siblings love each other. So he was like, thank you for taking care of your siblings. And then he stood up and then he walked and he disappeared into the wall. But at the same time, my eyes are open and I feel like I could see him, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. And then when I finally could move and I finally could get out of that trance, it's gone. But I'm like, I wanted to talk to my dad, but he didn't want me to talk to him. He was just like, no, you shut up. You don't say anything. I'm just going to tell you something and I'm going to disappear.
Yeah.
So that was another time. I mean, those are the only times that my dad kind of manifested himself to me. But I don't have ghost stories like Pauline just told us today.
It's real.
Yeah. And so when we were growing up, we are familiar to ghost stories because every time it was All Souls Day, usually all the showings and programs on TV are all about ghost stories. Like, what was that?
Magandang gabi, bayan.
There you go. Yeah, I still remember that. Dun, dun, dun. And then he says, Magandang gabi, bayan, which means good evening. What's bayan?
Country.
Country? Really? Oh, good evening, country. That's what he says. And then he'll tell stories, real stories, and they have footage and everything. Like, it was so believable. And so, but here in America, people are trick-or-treating, which is, I guess, a friendlier way to do it for kids, right? So, Pauline, I'm sure you're trick-or-treating with your kids. Joy, do you plan to go trick-or-treating with Faith when COVID is over, obviously?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I will take her. I love the dressing up part for her, at least. I'm not a fan of dressing up because I don't know. But I would love to dress her up and get her experience all that trick-or-treat stuff.
But wait a minute.
Did you experience last year?
I did. I just put on a Superwoman t-shirt and a glasses. That's my costume.
But if you dress Faith up, you and your husband David, you have to dress up with Faith.
I know. I think we should. Maybe it will be the start for us to do some family costumes.
Tradition.
Give us ideas, okay? Because I'm not very creative.
Minions.
Yeah, family costume. You can look it up.
Yeah, I look it up. I'll Google it. Thank you.
You and David could be a bun, and Faith could be a hot dog.
Oh.
Then you can carry Faith, and you and David will be like, sandwiching.
It would take a while for my husband to wear a bun, but I will force him. I will try my best.
I mean, you're the wifey. You have your ways.
Yeah, I have my ways. It's my way or no way.
Right?
Or the highway.
And what about you, Pao? Like, what do you guys do as parents with your kids for trick-or-treating on Halloween?
There are times that we would dress up, or like example, costumes are very expensive, to be honest with you, especially for the children. So, and for us also adults, we'll just wear it one time. So we'll just like be creative, like use like probably a t-shirt or a headband. That's it. But for the kids, we would like really spend money for it to buy their costumes because it's just like once a year and they really want to celebrate and go trick or treating and all that. But I don't know if it's going to happen this year because
Nope. Well, I don't know about Orange County. Are you in Orange County or LA County?
Yeah, Orange County.
Okay. Well, LA County is strict. Like they don't want trick or treating.
But I don't want to like this
Sorry.
year. I just want to we're just gonna stay home and like dress up, like use the costume from before and just celebrate the spirit of Halloween.
Yeah.
That's about
Watch
it.
the movies.
We're not gonna go trick or treating.
Watch some movies. Okay. Well, to wrap this up, you guys, I guess I want to ask the parents here, and maybe one day you and I, Meg, would be parents too. Well, not together, but you know.
Sure.
So, as parents, Joy and Pau, are you sharing the Filipino culture with them as far as All Saints Day and All Souls Day, or do you plan to?
100%. I will tell Faith everything that I know about my culture growing up, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
When do you start telling
And
her
it's
about
scary.
monsters?
When, I don't know, when they start understanding stuff, like, I don't know, 7, 6, 7, age of reason.
Hopefully, she won't get. You know what, Faith? It looks very tough. I don't think it'll scare her at all.
Yeah, that girl is fearless so far.
Is that her middle name? Faith Fearless. FF.
Faith Fearless Lewis.
Yes, not highest, but Lewis. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, what about you, Pal? Would you share it with your little ones about All Saints Day and All Souls Day?
To be honest with you, I haven't shared it yet. But yeah, definitely. Like I will share it to them, like the Filipino culture and how we do it back home. Like I would tell them right now, like what are the aswangs and all that. That how is it different? Like it's different from here in America. But then like the tradition, the All Saints Day, the All Souls Day. I want them to experience that too. When we go back home, like we'll visit during that time, so we can visit also my dad and experience the whole entire thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love them to, like my kids, they want to learn Filipino culture, Filipino language also. So yeah.
Totally. And so with that, I would like a...
Wait, Sweeney May, I thought you have children. You have your plans. Are you gonna impart?
You know what? That's a great idea. You might see me and my plants dress up. I might dress up as a plant. Maybe that's better. I'll be like Eve from Adam and Eve. I'll just put leaves anyway.
Oh, yeah, girl.
That's a different show.
Poison ivy.
Yes, I have one. Well, it's a devil's ivy, but so anyway, before we close this out, I would like for Pauline and Meg or anyone a chance to just commemorate our loved ones that have passed for All Souls Day, because this podcast is going to air right around that time. And so, does anyone want to start?
Commemorating my dad. I just remember that I was his favorite child because I was the only girl, but not so little girl. Sometimes I wonder, what if he was still alive at this time? Would he be proud of me? I wonder. So I miss him. I would wonder if he's like proud of me or where I am now.
You know, that's a great point. I think all of us will always wonder if our parents are proud of us, but I think all of us would know exactly what our parents would tell us any moment in time. Because I know what my dad would tell me right now, probably. But what about you, Pao?
Each and every day, like it's been a year and 10 months that my dad passed away. So like there are moments that I will still like, of course, I mean, every day I will still remember him, but there are moments that like, when it will hit you, and then you will just say that, shoot, how I wish he's still alive. Because there's still a lot of things, to be honest with you. He was still young when he passed away. He was 72. There's so much more. I mean, he could be given 10 more years to, like, be with my children or be with the apos, the grandchildren, and us also, me and my brothers and sisters and my mom. So I feel like, I don't know, every time I remember that, there's always teary eyes when it comes to talking about my dad. Up until now, I mean, it's still fresh for me. And I know up until the end, it will still be the same. That's why I promised him even though I'm not in the Philippines, he passed away here, but he was cremated and was buried back in Bacolod. So I told him every time, even though I can't visit you back there, because he was buried there, like I would always go to the beach, because that's what he would always tell me. If I'm gone, you would see me there at the beach, because I'm just there. Because he's a man. His wish is he's gonna be cremated and his ashes will be thrown in the sea. But then, because of being Catholic, it's not doable to be spread out on the sea. So yeah, so he just told me, just always, if you miss me, always go to the sea and remember me. And yeah, that's it. That's why I don't know. I just don't want to talk about it. It's still
fresh.
Yeah.
We totally get it, girl. I don't know how long it took for me to be more comfortable talking about my dad, but this year, he died in 2008. So it's been a while for me. But his death anniversary is actually September 19th, which is just yesterday, because we're recording.
Oh, happy death anniversary.
Yes, thank you. My sister was able to go and put little flowers on his grave. And so, yeah, I mean, I already told a great story about my dad. So I just want to thank you guys for being open and playing games with us today. If you guys were listening, I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys are Filipinos, happy Saints Day and happy All Souls Day to you. And we'll see you on the next, we'll talk to you on the next episode. So thank you again for listening to us.
Happy Halloween.
And happy Halloween. Trick or treat. I choose treat all the time. Thank you guys, and subscribe. Please subscribe to All Abroad Podcast on YouTube and on all of our podcast channels. And of course, see us on Instagram. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again for tuning in into another episode of the All Abroad Podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show, and if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit the like or subscribe button. You can also comment, and we'll be sure to get back to your comments. And if you are listening to us on iTunes, make sure to also rate and review us. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon.